What's up, people? How we doing? Hope you're all good. Bangers taken yesterday. And we said about this setup before we finished the live stream yesterday, so you could have taken the trade with us. Exactly the same system we've shown you over and over again. What's going on, TT? Hope you're well. We took this high here. We was looking at a potential gap opening up there, but right now, I'm not seeing it. More devote. More devote? More devote? That doesn't even make sense. More bot elements were added yesterday. We're building it in bit by bit, block by block. When this bot is complete, it's going to be an absolute monster. Happy riding goal from 2713. Down here. Yeah, baby. Did you take that trade too, TT? Why is I don't understand why there's a. Oh, you did. Nice, man. Nice. Good job. Awesome stuff, man. That's what we like. So if you're in the Discord, don't forget to excuse me. Don't forget to post that in the Discord if you remember. Using the keep it simple system, right? Morning, morning, Andre. How you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Get this. Gonna get this as an alert on here instead of. Go bearish on this one. The Keep It Simple series. The YouTube series that we released. That setup is a direct setup from that. If you haven't watched it, TT, definitely go and have a look. Well worth it. I didn't even see your setup for Golden Discord. And that Andre is proof that that little video series, that little 5-part series, you can learn the system in its entirety in just over an hour. You took exactly the same trade that I gave out to the VIPs. I'm looking here. I'm looking euro now, but I'm also. I think I have a couple of potential names for this system. So one of them being Lift, LIFT, large institutional footprint trading. The other one was SIF, so SIFT, SIFT, simple institutional footprint trading. The other one was Drift as well. Drift is it was on there. I mean, I'm not massive on the name Drift, but direct institutional footprint trading. So there was a nice opportunity on Euro here. Didn't trigger in. Price did dump really nicely down to the low. Target low there. GU is still looking for it to get up into those highs. DJ, I don't think we had anything. Got that. That was during Asia, so that doesn't really do anything for us. But there's your entry. Stop would go below the low. It's come all the way back down anyway. So G-Chef also, our bias has changed on this. So we ain't taking no longer than that. We want to sell it down. This was the entry from selling it down, sweeping this 4-hour high. Then from here we came down. That was during Asia. That price gets swept out immediately, and then the next gap that opens, entry stop above the high. So initially a loss into a win, but the problem is the volume. When we look at the volume, see how the volume is consistently low across here, and it only picks up down here, which is where we've already started moving. So I'll delete that. That was just for an example for someone this morning. This entry was potential. Again, we didn't take that, but that was potential entry there. But the bias has changed to bearish, so we want to follow that bearish bias. Okay. Gold was just a clean setup. Such a shame that market close fell straight on top of that entry point. Remember, guys, if you want to be part of the shortlist for the PSS trading bot, then you can find the link for that in the announcements channel. Sorry, I think about what channel it was in. Announcements channel in the Discord. Entries. Targets. Dow Jones, NAS 100. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we have news coming this afternoon. Yeah. Mm-mm. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, bum. Remember, guys, if you know someone that will be interested in this stream and will enjoy it as much as you do, then give it a share. Give it a little thumbs up. And of course, if you're not already a subscriber, you know what to do. We're going to see if we can beat our likes from yesterday, and we had 14 likes yesterday. I'm sure we can do that. That's light work for you guys. That's light work. We were looking at Euro A yesterday, I believe. Was it Euro A? Why didn't I put an alert on that? Looking to sell. Why didn't we put an alert on that, guys? Oh, because that's from fucking ages ago. That's why. So, the entry would be from this level, but your stop would be above the high, which means it would be a huge stop level. You know, like it doesn't matter about position size and risk because you calculate that accordingly, but it would be a huge stop level, meaning the RR would be a lot harder to obtain. A Euro CAD here. Let's have a look here on this. So that's another example of the trade scenario working right there. That would be your entry point. Stop would be above the high. Price runs down to the low. Again, that's the same principle. Targeting the low here. Get some alerts on these. Not too bothered about Euro N, to be honest. Weren't we looking at CAD Chef yesterday? Oh yeah, didn't set alerts on this either. Can actually bring this up now. There's an entry point here. Confirm that on the daily. Yarp. Get a little alert on that. Oh, we already showed that one. I just got a phone call, guys. 1 second. Right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Apologies for that. I just had a phone call. Where do you recommend I can learn this strategy? YouTube, man. YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Here, I'll put a link for it. Here we go. Bear with me 1 second. Here. What is going on right now? Here. Here you go. Yeah, just follow that. Watch them all. And like I said, it's not like I'm trying to fucking, like make you watch some crazy long, hour long each. It's the whole thing is an hour and a bit total. Let's get back over to Yoro. So nothing going on here right now. Euro N. This was peak. Peak. This was peak. We got tapped in here. Price ran. BE after it closed above. Came down. Took me out. And then fucking run. Yeah, that was kind of peak. But that's to say, one of them. One of them. On the daily, it's still the same. Still bullish here. Back down to the 4 hour, you can see the lows that we got marked. So we've got the entries. And then you can see the highs that we got targeting. Target lows. Same as GU. U-shift. Gold was just clean. Remember, guys, if you do enjoy the stream, hit that like button. Appreciate it. So I keep looking into potential new phones because my upgrade's due in a couple of months. So keep having a look. I can't decide what I want. I don't want an iPhone. I know that. Kind of like the new Pixel. The Pixel looks pretty good. It's like Pixel 9. I like the Samsung as well, but the Samsung's so blocky looking. And I don't like the square, you know, it's like really square. Of course, TT, no problem, my man. No problem, guys. Are you? Okay, okay. Now we're moving. Go back to Euro quick. Right, nothing. We've got an alert on that anyway, so that don't matter. We'll just see what Yusuf wants to do here. We open up a gap down here. Bag in the bag. How's everyone's week? Hope it's well. So what's everyone looking at for today? Remember, if you are even slightly doubtful of your system, or you're new to trading, or you want a system that can allow you to not analyze the market for 3 hours a day before you find a setup, or you don't have to consistently do a markup every single half hour, follow the Keep It Simple series. Like I said before, it's just over an hour's worth of content, and you can learn a full trading system from the ground up. It will give you daily consistent biases. It will give you even weeks and months of correct trading biases. And don't just take my word for it. Take everyone else's word for it who have come to the live stream or commented on the videos and said, this system works for me. I appreciate it. It's good. I like it. That's the main thing, right? Also, if you're on LinkedIn, drop us a little connection on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to connect with you on there. Alright, so we're just waiting for this to Oh my lordy. Right, I'll be back in a second, guys. Just gonna run to the toilet. Oh, a man can't take a piss without losing half of his viewers, eh? I'm only joking, guys. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Okay, no FUG right now. As you can see in the chat, guys, if you want to join the EA trading bot, the shortlist is there. If you click on that, you can join the shortlist, which means you will be guaranteed, 100% guaranteed, a discount on launch, and you'll be put into a draw for possibly getting the bot completely free. Also, the bot is not just going to be released once we've got an automatic execution bot. It's going to be released once we have refined over 10 years of price action to confirm that it will turn a profit. It's not going to be no Ponzi scheme bot, I can tell you that. Another 11 and a half, well, 12 minutes on this one. So this afternoon we have the jobless claims, initial jobless claims, continual jobless claims, the S&P Global, the S&P Manufacturing, new home sales. That's all USD, so there is going to be some volatility this afternoon. Okay. Okay, Euro N. Hmm. Guess what? Yeah. So U Chef is the only thing we're waiting on right now, and Euro USD. GJ NAS 100. Nothing on there. Oil. Nothing on that either. There's not a huge amount going on. We had a nice shift this morning, coming down through these lows, and then coming back into these highs. But now we're just waiting for price to turn over into position it wants to run in for the rest of the day. So this setup right here, you look at this setup and you think, oh my god, that setup's insane. Look at it. It's so amazing. Woo. This is the exact system that we teach you in the Keep It Simple series. There's no complications to it. It's very, very simple. Hence why it's called Keep It Simple. So, for example, Andre, who I believe is in the live stream, took this exact trade. He has had little to no experience with this system beforehand. He watched the Keep It Simple series and he's been applying it to the price action going forwards. I'm not sure how much he's backtested it, but taking the same position as me after like what, maybe a week and a half of using the system, watching it, and it took an hour and a half to learn. I always ask the question, what's your excuse for not learning it and giving it a go? Worst case is you go, I don't like it, and you don't use it. You have no reason, right? So jump on it. Make the most of it. This is the kind of stuff that people literally charge thousands for. They're like, oh, you have to join my Forex course. They'll teach you 75% of stuff you're never going to use. And then they'll chuck this in on the end and they'll go, look how valuable this is. My students are paying me this much. And I'm putting it out on YouTube for free. What's going on, Morale? Hope you're good, brother. Hope you're well. Excuse me. righty. Gonna stay on this. We've got another 6 minutes. Da 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 da. Hmm. Excuse me. Apologies, guys. Okie dokie. Right. We want. Yeah, that's not giving us anything right there, so I'm gonna waste our time looking at that. So the setup we explained earlier was this one right here, which I didn't take. I'm not saying I took it. I'm just explaining the principles here. We swept out the 4-hour low, so we know that our bias is more bullish for this pair. So the idea is you take out that low and then you get in on the long to follow that up to the high. Now, I'm not in it and I'm not going to enter it, but that's the potential and the principle for it right there. And the reason I'm not going to enter it is because this is the Asia low, so I'm not interested in trading with my stop below an Asia low. Also, based off the same principle, we really expect this to pull back a little bit more. Not that we're going to see that because our bias is long. This is what I said before. If our bias is long, don't expect it to go short. But it's this low that's making me think we're going to see that short off. Now, if we go back to the 4-hour as well, that is a 4-hour low. So I'll be much more inclined if we come down, take that. Then I'll be like, yeah, I'll go long. Okay. Euro pushing up here. Mm. Cha 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 cha. This is running up now. I'm gonna move this alert down actually. There we go. Hmm. I'm just diving into I'm just diving into this website, right? It's called AARO, and it's pretty much an official military website, which is completely legal to. You can go on. It's not like you're not doing anything illegal. And it has clarified, confirmed videos from the military and the government of unidentified objects. So they can't identify what it is. This website was created after a Congress thing, like a Congress meeting or whatever it was. They were like, we need a website to document all this stuff, and you can access it publicly, and you can view all the confirmed stuff, like from military personnel and all that kind of stuff of these flying objects and things like that. Wild, some wild videos on there. That's the kind of shit you get up to when there's no alerts going off. Okay, we left a tiny little gap there. That's your point entry there. Stop at the low. Target high. Okay, so got that there. On there. Is everyone good? Hope everyone's good. Everyone had a good week so far. I hope so. Okay, so something to keep in mind. This gap is not present on some brokers. Like that. So that means I'm going to be avoiding this setup. Yeah, look, here it's not there. Both of these brokers, it doesn't have them. So check with your broker. If your broker has a gap there, you do you. It's only because once I've come to set the order on my broker, it's not there. So I'm not going to take it if I don't see that correlation. That's something to keep in mind. If there's a smaller gap like this, you'll often find that it isn't there on some brokers and it is on others. So unless it's a solid gap that can most likely not be missing through data, then always double check. Always double check. Now that doesn't mean that price isn't going to travel up. That doesn't mean that the setup's not going to work. But you want to add as much confluence to your setups as possible. You start taking subpar setups, you get subpar results. Excuse me. Okie dokie. That's why I hate Forex for that. Manipulation wicks that brokers do, just chart gold and then queue in future. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things though, where it's not like it doesn't happen all the time. It's only when there's like a smaller criteria to be met. So if you have like a smaller gap on a chart, then you check it across pairs and you'll see that it's missing. It doesn't happen every time. It's not every time, you know? So it's just a case of double check it. That's it. I don't think there's anything wrong with double checking. Okay. Yeah, we're still waiting for this here. Got a video call, guys. 1 second. Right, I'm back, guys. Apologies. I had my partner video call me. She was showing me my son eating porridge. It's always nice to see. I find it crazy the amount of like genuine gambling streams that there are now. Like actual gambling, like slots and roulettes. Kind of crazy. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's say that the gap remained. I don't know what greed. Yeah, dude, honestly, it's wild to me. It is wild to me that it shouldn't. I personally don't think it should actually be allowed, because the thing with it as well that I really don't understand is they go on stream and they're like, "Oh, turn a profit, oh, profit," and it's like, we all know, gambling is not profitable unless you're playing blackjack or poker, because then you can have the same as trading. You can have a strategic way of doing it, and if the odds are 50-50 or closer, you can use your rule set to execute the same consistent thing. Anything outside of that, even blackjack, it's not a 50-50, so it's not. You can be profitable with it, but you have to be super strict. But anything outside of that is nothing more than a numerical based principle. So you're not going to win. You're never going to come out on top. That's just the way that it works, right? So it's crazy. It really is crazy. Like the way that they sit there and they get all emotional about making a profit and all this. I'm like, surely long term, and I'm sure the platforms pay them, right? Surely the platforms pay them to play the games to make people go there, because there's no way they can just plow money in, because you never see them walk away with a profit over the space of a long period of time. I might be wrong. I've not watched them long enough to know, but statistically speaking. Morel, I actually got to watch the Keep It Simple series last night, its entirety, twice. Oh, awesome, dude, awesome. It's only been a few hours since, but it almost seems like paradigm shift. Dude, that's great. Love it. That's good. And that's the idea, man. That's the idea, is to give people a different perspective. And even if you hold that perspective and then you say, "Oh, I don't like it," for whatever reason, that's fine. You've had that viewpoint, and you can walk away and go to whatever it is that you like more. But that's the principle. So, thank you, bro. Of course, man. Of course. Really, no problem at all. The only thing I ask from people that do watch it and enjoy it and find that it makes a difference is just the comments, likes, and subscription. That's the main thing. And then share it with anyone that you think will find it useful. Because the comments and the likes keep the post active, which means new people find it. And then that in itself works, like, it's worth so much to us because we find those new members that need help. We find those people that are struggling and wasting their money on generic, you think about some of the courses that people have actually paid for, and it teaches you the most basic shit you've ever seen, like the most basic. Done. I appreciate it, man. Really do appreciate it. We appreciate it a lot. Yeah, so this is pretty good. Nice push up into these areas. That's good. We want to see the push up into these areas. Same with Euro. Euro didn't give us a gap here, but that's fine. We want to see a push higher, and if we can take out some of these internal moves, then we'll look to go lower. We go to the 4 hour, we only have those 2 points to reference off of. So we don't take this, we're looking higher, which is great. And if you were in the live stream yesterday, you will know that we actually said the news and the fundamental things that are coming in may see us push up into these areas, which is going to give us an opportunity to follow that target and system again, follow the principle again. That really is awesome. And Morel, just so you saw it, because I'm not sure if you did, but gold yesterday at that 4 hour liquid low, sweep out that liquid, go to the 15, clean entry right there. Beautiful. Super clean. I'm interested to see what this does here. If this blasts up from here, then that's awesome. I'm not taking it, so if it does or it doesn't, I don't really mind. Like I said before, the gap here is not consistent across all brokers, meaning there is a deviation in data. So if it doesn't line up with your brokers, or the gap isn't large enough to consider it something that can't be missed for a data gap, then you'd always double check. Always double check. Does not hurt to double check. On that gold, my runner caught 300 points. Yeah, nice. Nice, dude. I'm excited to go over charts the next few days and prepare for a great week. Yeah, man, for sure. And I would highly recommend just taking a bit of time and going back over some like price action this week, for example. This week has been relatively slow across quite a lot of the pairs. I took a couple of losses and then the gold move that was really nice. 2 short scalps I've taken this morning, tagged in and profit taken, and started the right before the pullback. Yeah, nice. That's awesome, dude. The one thing I always say is always make sure that we keep it keep it simple, ka-ching. No, I'm joking. Make sure that we always keep it relevant. So the context as to where we're taking price and why we expect it to go to these points is like the key element here. It's always about the narrative. So always keep the core of it as your higher time frame bias, and then the mid time frame and entry time frame will just fall into place a lot of the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. That's great work. It's great work. Keep it up. Like I say, don't hesitate to post in the Discord and all that good stuff. So if you have watched Keep It Simple series, I know that quite a few of you have. Just drop us a little comment on there, a little like. We appreciate it. Especially if you've backtested. If you've backtested the concept and you know that it works for you and you know that the system works well, then just drop a little comment and let people know that, so then when they are watching the video, they see the comments and they think, oh, actually, I will take a little bit more time to, be invested fully into the system. Which is unfortunately what a lot of people don't do. They don't find the time to fully invest themselves into the system. And without full investment, you never see that real improvement, that real change. So, like I said, the comments and things like that really, they really do help a lot. It's good for everyone. Ay, 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 ay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, guys. Everybody sees what we're looking at here. Everyone sees what we're looking at. Remember, we have some high impact news this afternoon. So the level we're at right now is pretty much a key level. If we come down and take out these lows again, which at the moment we expect it will, and we move, relatively aggressive through here, we don't just wick. This is going to be the next target. Okay, well, this and this. Okay, so there's going to be some real big shifts. If we come close down aggressively here, we could see these lows being taken out. All right, but we're pushing up currently, so if we don't see an entry and price continues to go higher, then that could be a good sign of a longer term pullback. And but I say a good sign of long term pullback gives us a better place to sell from. Meaning that if we get up into, let's say, some of these or some of these, then we can start to look at a bigger shift to the downside. So there really is a lot of opportunity there if price decides to keep pulling back. The news that we need to be careful of is here. Okay. So hour and 50, 3 hours. A lot there. Ay, 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 ay. Yes. Alright, guys, it is 11:45. We're gonna go for another 5 to 10 minutes here on the stream. I'm not expecting anything crazy to happen just yet because we have quite a lot of high impact news this afternoon. What I would say is if you haven't already watched the Keep It Simple series, then head over to that playlist that is in the pinned comment section right now, and spend a little bit of time watching that. Also, if you are already familiar with this and you've watched the system, or you've watched the series, sorry, do a bit of back testing if you've got time. Do a little bit of forward testing maybe, and post your results and how you're getting on in the Discord. Share it with the other Discord members. It really is the key element within the Discord, which is you have a lot of people that are using the same system, the same mindset, the same principle. So follow that and stay in tune with that. Be the person that posts, that encourages other people to post. You fuel each other to learn and grow. So that's the main thing. The final points here that I'm looking at on our other pairs are we're looking to sell from here, go down to the lows. The same thing applies. If we break out of this low really aggressively, then I will expect price action to continue down to some of the longer term lows, which sit, go back to the higher time frame, right down here. So if we break through here aggressively, down to this low, there's quite a big space there. That's what I'm looking at. And then if we don't and we push through, we could start looking at some of these liquid points being taken out, the highs here. But either way, it's going to give you a pretty clear idea of what it wants to do during the news. Just be aware that it could just continue going down, or it could just continue pushing up. Unless we hit a point of relevance and an entry is given for us, we do nothing more than follow our bias, right? We follow our bias, daily time frame. Price action is flying to the downside, consistently making gaps. Do not expect that to change. For this to make a gap, it will have to come up above the highs that we mentioned. As I said, it will have to close above these, and then it will have to stay above this point, and it will have to create a space, right? Meaning that you'll have to have a significant move to the upside before your bias would even change. So don't jump in on the long bias straight away unless you have a clear reason to expect that bias to go for a longer period of time. Follow what price is doing now, not what you expect it to do in a half hour or a day. And so what if you don't catch the long move and it goes long? So what? We were trading it short for the last 2 weeks. A euro could open up a gap here. So like I said, if it opens up a gap, then you can look for potential moves down to these lows. But I don't believe that's going to happen prior to news. I think we're going to have something more like this. And then I think this is going to happen with news. Push up, down. That's what I think. Whether that happens or not is a different story. And this is why I say you always go with what price is showing you rather than what you think, because what you think often is not correct. Right, guys. Final few words from me. If you are looking to create your own trading account with your own funds, then you can do that with our partners trading accounts, which are verified and used by community members and students alike, which is through Ross-rfx. You can find the link for those down below. If you're looking to just make money without actually having to trade, you can of course look into our partners Nesab Investment. And for anything else, you can find all of the good stuff in the description down below. Like I say, everything that I show you in this live stream is completely free. So please do help us out by hitting that like button and sharing the stream. It's been a pleasure as always, guys. I appreciate you all for joining me. If you've watched this live stream and taken notes on what you want to, or what I've said for the rest of the day, you should be well set for any of the scenarios that come your way today. If you haven't, then obviously drop a little rewind on here and you'll be able to see all of the points that I gave and all of the principles that I'm following. So you can then do it yourself. Or if you want to be completely self-sufficient, head over to the Keep It Simple series, watch that a couple of times, and you'll be able to do it all on your own. Simple as that, right? So I appreciate everyone that joined, guys. I appreciate you all for being here. All of the likes, all of the subscriptions, all of the Discord joins. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Akram. Thank you to Morel. Appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that's joined. Andre, if you're still there. Everyone that's here, thank you very much. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love, guys.